Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Data Analysis with Dr. Veronica. In this video, we will go through examples to understand the find and the search function, how to use them. We will also use examples to see when the find and the search functions can return an error, and we will also see the differences between the find and the search functions in Microsoft Excel. The link to the practice file that is used for this video is in the description box. Please do well to download the practice file so that you can practice along as you watch the video. If this is your first time of coming to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and also share with your friends and your colleagues. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome and thank you. Let us get started with the find function. The find function tells you the position of a character within a text string. Okay, so January is a text string, February and March and February, as the case may be, and you go right down. So for every text string, the find function tells you the position of a particular character that you want to see. And the find function has three arguments. The first one is find text. Okay, and this basically is the text that you're looking for. So let us assume that we are looking for where R is the alphabet R. Okay, where is it? What is the position in the word January? And because we are not using a cell reference, so whenever you want to type an alphabet in a function, always remember that you need to put in quotation marks so that Microsoft Excel will understand what you're writing, because it does a function a function does not understand text. Okay, so if you want to input a text in a function in Microsoft Excel, you need to always put it inside the quotation marks. So this is R that we're looking for, and we are finding this text within. Okay, this is the text string that we're looking for this character within. Now, this is the second argument. The third argument, which is the start num, is optional, and this is why you see it in the brackets that you're seeing it. So I can decide to stop here, and I hit the enter button, and this is what I have. So the letter R, or the alphabet R, is positioned as number 6 in the word January. And of course, I can drag this down to get my results for the other months as it has been listed out here. So we go to the next, let us go to other columns. So let's say I'm looking at row number 5 and the word is February. And we know that the word February has 2 R's, okay? But in this case, the find function tells us that R is positioned as the 4th character in the word February. The next question is, what about the second R? Did Microsoft Excel ignore the second R? So this is where the third argument comes into play. The third argument that says the start number is basically you're telling Excel to say, look for the alphabet R in this text string, but I need you to start to search for the position of the alphabet R starting from this character. Okay, so if I want Excel to start looking for the alphabet R from U in January, so U is positioned as alphabet number 4, right? So I put 4 here, and for this one, it's going to give me the same response, but let me see for February what happens. Of course, it is giving me a value, and of course we will come to this. Why am I getting this error? Why am I getting an error for the month of March? So for February, we see that it hasn't changed. And let me change the position to a 5. And this is what I get. So the second R is positioned as number 7. But of course, we had to tell Excel to start to search for the alphabet R starting from the 5th character. So this is where the last argument comes into play. And this is why the last argument is optional. Okay, so the next thing that we would look out for is, why are we getting an error while using the find function? What would prompt an error in the find function, and how do we fix these errors? So one of the things that would make us have an error in the find function is, number 1, if the text or the character that you're looking for does not exist in the text string that you're searching it in. Okay, so let us type in here, for example, let us delete this completely and say equal to find. And in this case, I'm looking for the alphabet Z, and I'm looking for it within this text. Like I said before, I can ignore the last value. And this is what I have. I have a value. So I have an error. Okay, so the first point to note is that you can have an error message when you're using the find function when the character that you're looking for does not exist in the text string that you're searching it in. That's number 1. Secondly, when the character that you're looking for does not exist after the start num, okay? It doesn't exist after the start num position that you have dictated to Microsoft Excel. And this is why we have this particular error message in the month of March, because just so that we can see the formula, okay? We're looking for R in A4, which is the word March, and the start num is 4. And we can see that the start norm in this case is C. And after C, there's no R. So Excel is returning an error value for us. The third reason why the find function will return an error is when the start num is 0 or a negative number. Think about it logically. You don't have a value, the position of a value as 0. Okay, when you're talking about positioning, it always has to start from 1. Okay, there's no position like 0 position. And you don't have a negative position, right? So let us do an example with that. And let us assume that we're looking for, let me just put this, A. Okay, so that I use the reference format this time and say find. I reference this cell within this cell, and I put the start number 0. I have a value, and let us change it. Find, this is the find text within this text string, and I put -2 and I close the bracket, and this is what I have. I have an error as well. It is very important to note that whenever your text string is empty, right, what the find function does is that it returns for you the first character. It returns the position of the first character, which is always 1. So let us try this out. What happens if I put, okay, the find text is empty, so there's no specified character in there, and I'm searching for this empty request within the text string, and I just close the bracket, and this is what I have. I have a 1. So Excel would return a 1 for me because I have not specified what I am looking for in the text string. Whenever the find text argument instead contains more than one character, okay, what the find function does for you is that it returns the position of the first character only. And we are going to try that with this. So let us assume we have this find, and we are looking for this text. In this case, it's AR. And I put the bracket, and I'm looking for this in this word called March. And let us ignore the third argument. So Excel is returning for me the position of only A, which is a second position. Okay, so this is something also to take note of. Excel is returning for me the position of only A, ignoring the R, and the position of A in the word March is the second position. In the find and search functions, it's also very important to note that the find function does not permit the use of wildcard characters. And this is where the search functions the search function rather comes in really handy, because the search function allows you to use wildcard characters, and we're going to see that very shortly. But just to remember that the find function does not allow the use of wildcard characters. So let us quickly look at the search function. The search function works in exactly the same way as the find function. It shows you the position of a substring in a text string. Okay, the position of a character in a text string. And just typing out the search function and opening up the brackets, we can see that the arguments and the syntax are the same with the find function. Okay, and here it says find text, which I'm going to do because I'm selecting a cell reference within this text. And I am going to ignore the next argument, which is the start num. Like you can see, it's already in brackets. So I'm going to close the big bracket, and this is what Excel has returned for me. The alphabet R is located, it's in position number 3 in the word spring. Now for this one, of course, I dragged down, and the reason I'm having this error is because the alphabet M does not exist in the word door. This is why I have this error coming up. And this also goes ahead to show us that the search function works like the find function. Whenever the character or the value of the find text is not found in the text string, then it returns for you, it returns an error. And of course, the next reason you will get an error when using a search function is if the start num is 0 or a negative number, exactly the same way with the find function. And we can quickly do this by just putting, I would rather use the first one as the example. So I'm just going to put a 0 here to see what comes up. It's showing me a value, and it's showing me an error, and I'm going to put a negative value, and it's also showing me an error. And of course, the third reason why it would give an error is when the start num is more than the number of the text string that you're looking for. Okay, so the word spring is only 6 characters. And let me just assume that the start num here is going to be 7. And let's see what happens. Of course, it's returning for me a value because I am telling Excel, start to search for the alphabet R in the word spring, but look from the 7th position, and there's nothing there. So this is why it's giving me an error, right? So I am going to change it back. I'm going to make the correction so that we can see. And to get this right, I just need to fix this formula right here, and I drag it down. So we have seen the instances where the search function can also give us error messages. Next, we're going into the differences between the find and search functions with examples, of course. And we will see that shortly. if this is the first time of you stopping by this YouTube channel, please subscribe. You're going to see amazing contents on how to use Microsoft Excel from scratch with a lot of examples, very easy peasy. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you for stopping by again. And please give us a thumbs up, hit the notification bell so that whenever there are new videos uploaded, you will be notified. And share this video with your friends and your colleagues if you like the contents. So right now, we are going to look at the differences between the find and the search functions. Very important to note. What are the differences between the find and the search functions? Because they look really alike. The first difference is in the sensitivity of the case. So while the find function is case sensitive, the search function is not case sensitive. So what this means is in terms of capital letters and small letters, okay, of alphabet. So let us do an example to see what we're talking about. So we have this word, mom, and we are going to apply the find and the search functions to look for the alphabet M in both and see what it returns for us. So the first one, we are going to apply find, and of course we're looking for the word M. In this case, we're using the small letter M, and we're looking for it within this text. We do not need the third argument. And using the find function, we see that the alphabet M is positioned as the third alphabet in this word, mom. And this is because the find function is case sensitive. And of course, in the formula, just like we have in the formula bar, we use the small letter M, okay? Now let us go to the next. Let's use the search function to see what happens. So we do the same. We're looking for the word M, and it's still the small letter M. Reading this text mom, and we close the bracket, and this is what we have. Using the search function, Excel has returned for us the position 1 to say that the alphabet M in this word mom is positioned as number 1. Okay, so of course we can see the search function in the formula bar, and it's the same thing we did. We also use the small letter M. Okay, let us see what happens when we use capital letter M for the find. I just change it here in the formula bar and put the capital letter M, and then it returns a 1 for me. So the find function is case sensitive and the search function is not. This is the first difference. The second difference is in the use of wildcards. So wildcards are special characters in Microsoft Excel that allows you to manipulate your searching ability, okay? It allows you to search partial characters, search exact ones, and the three wildcards that we have in Microsoft Excel is the question mark, which we have right here, and then we have the asterisk, and the next wildcard that we have in Microsoft Excel is tilde. Okay, as we go along in the videos, we will see how to use these wildcards in different occasions. But of course, we are going to use a wildcard right here. So we have this sentence, not a word. Now we have this sentence that says, Mom was born in 1975. And we want to apply the search function to this word to look for um, the alphabet B where it is positioned, okay? And in this case, we're also applying a wildcard. So the wildcard we will apply in this particular example is the asterisk, because just like I have pointed out here, the asterisk allows you to match a range of characters, okay? While the question mark allows you to match only one character. Okay, and we are going to see that in this example right here. So we do the search, open the bracket, and we're looking for this text. So we will just type born, and then we apply the asterisk and say 1975, and we of course we close the quotation marks and we put the comma. We are looking for that in this text, and we close the bracket because we do not need the third argument. And then we can see that the word be is located, is positioned in number 9. Okay, in this sentence the position of born or be is placed in number 9, right? So let us see what happens if we apply the find function to this sentence that we have, looking for where the word born is positioned from, beginning from where. Okay, so I have the same, and I'm going to use the asterisk 1975, and I close the quotation marks, and I do within text. This is the text. I close the bracket, and I have this error message returned for me because the find function does not work with wildcard characters. The find function does not work with wildcard characters. This is why I have this. But of course, the search function allows you to use wildcard characters. So if you like the contents that you have seen today, please give us a thumbs up. Just to mention that we took so much time to talk about the find and the search functions because in reality, find and search are not used in isolation. Most of the time, um, they are used with other functions in Microsoft Excel. So it's really important to understand how to use find and search, when to use them, so that when you want to combine the find and the search function with other functions, you really understand what you're doing. And of course, in the next video, we will show you how to combine find and search functions with the right, left, and the mid functions to achieve even more efficiency in the use of Microsoft Excel. So please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not done so yet, and give us a thumbs up. So the reason you give us a thumbs up is so that the video can be seen by other people who would love to also watch this content. So whenever you give a thumbs up, you give the video more rating, and Microsoft Excel or YouTube instead pops up the video for other people who are searching for similar contents. And of course, hit the notification bell so that new video notifications would be dropped for you and you can see our new content. Thank you so much for stopping by. Drop comments in the comment section and see you in the next video.